gosh. We met in college, 1990. 1990.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
Texas A&M.
at Texas A&M College Station, and I always say that no matter what friendships come and go, we always remained friends.
And you watched Haley when she was an infant.
Yes. I bonded with Haley very early on. I took care of her.
Haley's godmother too.
I'm her godmother. When Haley was 5, we established a relationship, and so we became a family.
There you go. And then when Haley was 11, or no, almost 11, that's when we got
That's when we
married.
had our wedding. We have a wedding that we celebrate, that our anniversary. So
Which we just had, March 24th,
yep, 15 years.
2007, 15 years together. Well, married. Illegally married.
In Texas, yes.
And then we got legally married on June 26, 2015. I went to the gym and I was working out, and I saw that the Supreme Court announced that everybody is allowed to get married. And so I called her up and said, hey, you want to go get married? You know?
Legally.
Yeah.
So she picked me up from work, and we went and got all the paperwork done, and
we had a group of friends, about a dozen friends,
Yep.
showed up at the church where we had a ceremony, and they were doing free ceremonies, and we got legally hitched. So now we have 2 anniversaries. We have an anniversary and a legal versary. Well, I was like, I'm Catholic. That's where I was raised. I went to catechism, First Communion, all that stuff. She's more Catholic than I am.
I am a travel nurse, and I was taking an assignment in Massachusetts, and Barb and Weldon Jones are very, very good friends of ours, and Ursula. And they had retired about 3 years prior. We all lived in Austin. Our daughters went to summer camps together, so our families were close. They retired here. And so when we were driving to my contract up in Massachusetts, we were going to stop through North Carolina. We had never been in North Carolina before, but we wanted to visit them and see where they lived. And Barb took us on a tour of the town, showed us Main Street, showed us the churches, the community college here, because Tracy taught before, so she would have options. And there was a hospital here, so I had options, just kind of planting little seeds. And we came and we met people, and they greeted us like we had been here forever.
And Jocelyn came and sat down
Jocelyn
and talked
came
to us.
and sat and introduced herself and talked with us, and we have never felt like we belonged anywhere.
And I asked Jocelyn straight out. I said, how does the Episcopal Church deal with gay relationships? And she's like, it was very welcoming. I can't remember exactly what she said, but it was like, we welcome everyone. And that struck a chord with me that I'd never experienced in any other church or any other religious association. So that kind of put a mark on it. And then when we were leaving Waynesville and on our way up to Martha's Vineyard, I said, I really like that town.
We could see us living in a town like this. And 3 months later, we were owners here in Waynesville. And we've been here ever since. We say it was divine intervention that we were here. It's the house that became available, the place in itself, and then the church and the community. We have had nothing like this in our lives together.
So I'm a software engineer. I've been doing it since I graduated from college 30 years ago.
So we spend a lot of time outdoors, in nature, doing nature.
But hobbies, I have a few. Diana says that I am a serial hobbyist. So I picked up a couple years ago and started quilting.
I don't think I have a lot of hobbies.
Cooking.
I mean, cooking. That is my passion. I love cooking. I love baking. I think baking is, I don't know, much more satisfying to me.
Diana knows every movie, every trivia that you could ever think of.
I am a plethora of useless information, so just, Haley's 25. She is now adulting. I always say she's off the payroll.
She's living in Denver. She's having the time of her life. She's been snowboarding and getting involved with people who like to travel, and so she's living life to the fullest, and she is adulting. My friend's 86-year-old mom, we were just talking about kids and the fact that they needed a father and a male, and I said, well, I have a daughter and she's pretty awesome, and she didn't have a dad, but she had lots of uncles, maybe not biological, but she had lots of uncles and people that cared for her, and she is very well
She's
adapted.
very well rounded and a wonderful human being, and she is adapted wonderfully.
Goldie is our golden doodle, and we got her last May, almost a year ago.
Yeah, she's what,
Or
11
June.
months, 10 months?
She's 11 months old, and she's the cutest little dog, and we love her. And anybody who comes up to the mountaintop, I'll take for a walk around our neighborhood, and it's beautiful. And you can see you can't see all of Waynesville, but you can see the church from our house, and you can see Mount Pisgah, and you can see Cold Mountain, and it's just beautiful. I wake up every day and pinch myself. I think we found a perfect spot for us.